I'm good, thank you. My name is Julia. I am originally from Russia, but I lived in UK, I lived in Cyprus, and now I live in Dubai. I am an entrepreneur. We've got a cafe called New Earth Cafe. We've got a lifestyle brand called Self Love. But now I'm rediscovering myself as an artist, and I think this is my real passion of how to really express my innermost self. Something about me that I wish other people would know. I don't know, I guess more of my childlike self, the free self. I guess I'm now wishing to explore more of that. So I would want people to see more of that freedom of being yourself, of being authentic, of being free just to be yourself. That, I guess, what I would want people to see when they see in me, and then remember about themselves as well. So ever since I was a little girl, I actually wanted to be an artist. I spent a lot of time painting and drawing. I actually saw myself as being a cartoonist at some point. So it came as a no-brainer for me when I was about 15, 16 years old, and I had to choose my A-levels that I would go for art. And I really just went into it with such passion, and I saw myself as an artist in the future. So later on, I enrolled myself into St. Martin's College of Art and Design back in London, and which is a very difficult university to get into. But the first year, even though it was so versatile and it had so many different ways of kind of exploring yourself as an artist, I got a little bit sidetracked, I guess, by opinions of other people, and I got criticized by one of the teachers, and that has put me off of art for a really, really long time, which I regret and I don't regret at the same time, because 20 years later, here I am picking that up again, and it feels like something so natural just to get back into this. It's like you remembering a way of speaking, of expressing yourself that was so normal for you, and you're picking that up again and you're going, oh, well, it was a lot easier than I thought. So art for me, I guess, is my new path of exploring myself. This painting course was my first step to rediscovery. I have been wanting to paint for so long, and I've had canvases and paints and everything bought, and they were just sitting there. I even had an art room for years, and I just couldn't bring myself to start because it seemed like such a big task that I would have to undertake without the guidance, and I think the idea of that was daunting in itself. So when I saw this course online just one night, before going to bed, I thought, well, why don't I start something? Because I think the idea of being in an environment again, surrounded by people with like-minded perspectives, and starting anew, having guidance from experienced teachers, it just felt like a safer way to start. So I was just so excited when I saw this, and especially it's on a weekend, so it's easy to happen. So this course was like my first stepping stone, and as soon as I came into the group and the people were so nice and the teachers are so assisting and encouraging, that it was like just a perfect starting point to feel more confident. And once I saw my first painting, and I couldn't believe it, to be honest, I couldn't believe it was me. It was just as much of a surprise to me as to everybody else. I have just got enough encouragement to actually feel strong to pursue this further, and I like put on the little artist hat, and I thought, well, let me try that on for size. Favorite part about the painting process, I would say my least favorite part is the sketching because that takes so much precision and so much focus. My favorite part is the painting itself, especially when you're mixing the colors and you're seeing the shadows, and you just allow your hand to take its own course and just exploring itself. I just love how the different layers can bring more and more depth to the paintings. It becomes alive, and it's almost like digging in deeper into your own psyche when you see your painting getting new different angles, new shadows, new depths, new shapes. It's like a mirror of your own self when you see your painting develop. Yes, I feel like my life is creative. I feel like my life is one big creation. And it shows up in so many different ways, whether it is in creating a space, whether it is cafes, whether it is shops, whether it is relationships. I think that my life is one big creation. Actually, it's funny because on the WhatsApp, it says underneath, I put underneath a little saying make your life a masterpiece. And I think subconsciously it has created a certain vibe for me, like a certain pathway for me, because I really do live like that. Like I live in a way where I feel like I am the creator of my universe, and every day is a new brush stroke. The theme of my masterpiece is timing. I've picked up this card that was just so beautifully described what timing is, and it's a lady looking out of the water, and she's just looking for the right time to either go under the water again or to advance. You just don't know what she's gonna do, but I'm a believer that timing is everything, just like my art pieces are, because it's taken me 20 years to get back into that. And that's when you really start to appreciate the idea of timing, because it's the patience and the acceptance and the understanding that the process has its own natural way. And sometimes when we rush things and when we push things, we achieve a different result. So the flow and the acceptance of what is perfect description of timing. Yes. My theme is related to my personal life for sure, because I could almost divide certain parts of my life according to timing and according to certain time frames. My life is about timing. Everything is about timing. And the acceptance of timing. Yeah. Well, at this moment I feel a little bit unsure because there's so many shadows and there's so many different colors and there's so many different shapes. I think I've taken on quite a difficult one because it has a lot of little details that are not straightforward. They have sharp angles and very sharp geometrical shapes that when I have taken that on in the beginning, I didn't account for it so much because I like a softer brush, but that's what challenges are about, right? So you learn a new part of yourself. So it was totally different to the last piece that I did. It's a little bit deeper, more intense, darker. At this moment I'm a little bit confused, but I do know that with the help of the beautiful guidance of the teachers that I'll be able to pull it through. Confidence in my abilities, recognition of the natural talent and appreciation of that, appreciation of people's willingness to guide the way, also teamwork and the atmosphere, what an important component that is. Confidence would be the first one, though, the most important one. Yeah. I'm just so grateful. My heart feels like it grows tenfold every time that I paint, and to have this opportunity to do it in a safe environment, in a safe, encouraging environment, is priceless. So I feel like I have ignited the fire in me that makes me want to get up in the morning and just look forward to creating more and more pieces. And I think that's the most valuable takeaway that I would take out of, starting art again, because once you discover that little thing that makes your life that much more vibrant, you are in touch with yourself again. You're in touch with the spirit again, and you feel like everything is possible. So I actually feel reborn, and I'm just so grateful that I'm finally here, and it's the perfect timing. The theme of my art piece is timing. Timing is everything. Defined as, all factors need to be ready and in play in order for the event to happen, which is exactly what this painting has taught me. Trusting that every brushstroke, even if it doesn't make sense, adds to the full picture. And it only makes sense when it's seen in totality. Each segment is like a timeline in an interwoven, delicate design. The painting only started to make sense to me when the eye was painted. Until then, it was just string of colors. The eye is like the eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye, illuminating everything with its wisdom, giving shape to what's hidden underneath, seeing the unseen. Her gaze is appearing like she's waiting. But what is she waiting for? Is she going to approach, go under the water, emerge out of the water? All in perfect timing. As I was making every wave, hair strand or highlight, it has reminded me to pay attention to details, being in the present moment, the only time that matters. Each layer in the piece has added another depth to it, just like each layer that time lays on our life canvas, making us richer and more alive. We are so focused on arriving to the final destination that we sometimes forget to be conscious of every stepping stone along the way. It's like the space between the breath, when it's nothing and everything. This process has taught me patience. I was close to pulling up my hair a few times, but I would muster my strength and get back into it over and over again. I must have painted this like 10 times, the head. I lived and breathed it for weeks. I would dream about it. When I would close my eyes, I would see shapes that I was working on. It became an extension of me, the mirror into my subconscious. It was my Everest until next one. So what I have learned in this course, there's no such thing as a mistake. It can serve as a good base for the final version. How you talk to your painting will reflect the energy it brings out. The painting often doesn't make sense in the process until it does. And micro and macro perspectives. Small perspectives are as important as the larger ones. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this painting has taught me a lot about patience. It has taught me to appreciate the little details, take my time to really be in the present with each stroke, and then really appreciate it in its all totality, so that it's the micro perspective and the macro perspective of the painting that was really like a reflection of our own inner dialogues that we have within us, the subconscious that is talking to us through our paintings. Thank you. Bye. The theme for perfect timing.